Hey there, what's poppin' everybody? My name is Rabbit. I am a little bit nervous about my new work role, and welcome to episode 119 of our 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. In our previous episode, for like the third time in a row that I've been telling you this, we have honestly just been continuing our descent through Juggernaut. However, we did come across a new area that for the first time since we began searching through the insides of Juggernaut, we found people. So we talked to not only some random, nameless townsfolk of Rim Elm, but we did have a chance to speak with Maya, May, our father, and the village elder, and our sister for a little bit as well. So that was a bit heart-wrenching, so we have even more motivation than before to kick Juggernaut's ass, but that will have to wait, because we are only here long enough to grab some trinkets, some treasure, which you better believe we've gotten plenty of both of those. But let's just open up, as usual, with a round of spiriting. I'm sure you guys cannot wait for us to get out of here. I mentioned at the end of our last episode that this should be our final video here inside of Juggernaut. Because what I will do is once we sort of hit that fence where it could be the point of no return, I will go ahead and just cut the camera and or end the episode depending on where we're at, and I will run all the way back out of here. You can obviously use a door of light to get out of here, but you guys already know how I feel about getting the extra XP, possibly stealing things, just getting the money. Not that the money really matters at this point in the game, but I will actually manually run my happy ass out of Juggernaut, and we will continue and or start some of the secret side questy things from that point forward. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And yes, everyone is fucking numb because these iotas are dickwads. But it's fine. It's fine. They're honestly just prolonging the inevitable. They know that they're fucked. If I wasn't going to be running my way out of here, I would just summon ra-seru, just because I'm a little salty that they took everybody's turn. That was some fucking ratchetry right there. But whatever, no big deal. No big deal. We're not going to sweat the small stuff, are we? So once we've taken them out, like I was just saying, we don't have too much more left to explore in here. So I'm thinking before the end of this episode we should be getting out of here together, but you know, just depending on how many repeat battles we do or do not have, we might just have this be our final episode in here, and you guys will get to see the outside in the start of our next episode. So let's just see where we end up together. You guys already saw that we found most of the ra-seru equipment, and I told you could use that as kind of a rough gauge as to how much progress we've made through Juggernaut. I think that's kind of the best way of determining how much is remaining. Like, does everyone have all of their ra-seru gear yet? The answer, at least right now, is no. So we'll have to see. Okay, finally. So after an obnoxious little battle with those iotas, we will collect our winnings. Check out that XP, y'all. Too good, too good. So let's just continue on down. Should I? Nah, we'll hold off for a little bit. I think we'll be all right without heals. What do you say? I say yes. So we should be in deeper and deeper parts of Juggernaut, and things are looking a bit different now, which is good. I like the change of the environment. So run on this way, and you will find a chest containing yet another piece of the whole ra-seru ensemble. So this time it is a ra-seru club specifically that Vaughn is picking up. We will make no delays in equipping that, and I will let you guys take a gander at the stat changes. It's, again, pretty nice, so make sure you don't miss this. I mean, this one's not really hidden, so hopefully you won't have any problems picking this up. So let's throw it on. Gala is officially done with all of his equipment. So you can kind of see where Noah and Vaughn are. Guys, I'm getting excited. We are almost done here in the Jug Star. So we're going to run over this way this time. And here they are. these motherfucking Pueras. And I believe I told you guys that these are the fellas that you can steal Crimson Guards from. So if you are planning on acquiring Juggernaut the legit way, I know I've said it a million times, but I like to remind you and try to set you guys up for success. Here is where you kind of have that crossroads to decide, do I want to take the time to steal these Crimson Books to increase the XP that my party accrues for each fight? You're going to have a bad time. It's going to take significantly longer if you try to level up without the Crimson Books. And if you're going to be leveling anyway, you might as well spend some time fucking around with the Pueras and see if you can get 2 more Crimson Books. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how long it took me to steal the Crimson Books. It is not a very high percentage drop. I don't know the actual stats for it, but I would guess like 1 out of maybe 40 attempts, maybe 50 attempts. It is incredibly rare. I'm thinking, and don't quote me on this, for me anyway, from what I recall, the last time I actually tried to legitimately grind to level 99 to get Juggernaut, it probably took me 2 to 2.5 hours to get 2 Crimson Books. So it's just based on RNG and whatever that percentage already is, you know. So I don't know what else to tell you other than this is where you can get those Crimson Books. If you're not interested in that, let's just kickstart this fucking death game. Bullshit, isn't it? So yeah, this is the one to kill the Puera. So I'm obviously not going to be stealing from him. But if you were wanting to do that, you would obviously have to sacrifice a person or 2. I know, that's what makes this such a pain in the ass. So pay attention so you don't lose everybody. Because there is a chance if you are not looking at the screen or you're just bad at having your eye follow the cards, everyone can die. And hopefully you fucking save the Juggernaut or else you're running through this shit again. The Pueras can be a fucking nightmare. But I think so far I've gotten all of the card games correct for all forms of the Pueras we've encountered, which kind of surprises me because I used to have a lot of trouble with it when I was a kiddo. So I don't know what changed, but something did for the better. And we've got it, 3 Zs. And as I say that, like, watch, it would have fucked me up and I would have lost Gala. None of them were feeling Gala, were they? They all were trying to target him. I'm not sure what that deal was, but... And there's Vaughn's level because he has been wearing the Crimson Book. So he kind of has sneaked ahead of everyone else there. So we're going to run on over here to the left-hand side and open up this chest for a magic armband. Not our first time dealing with this, but as usual, I will take the time to show you guys. Where is it? There you are. So this is our second one, I believe, and it gives us MP boost number 2, increases max MP by 25%. So, I mean, if you wanted, I guess, to do a little bit more grinding here, and for you consider it a little bit faster to just summon ra-seru, I guess a strategy could be to equip the magic armband and... I don't know, just go crazy. And then there's another item that reduces how much mana is utilized to summon ra-seru. So it's kind of up to you. I don't know. I'm trying to throw some stuff out there for you guys. But, you know, you do you. And see what you can come up with. So let's keep on going. And we're running on over to the right-hand side yet again this time. And, Gilliam's level 3. Whew, this could be a bit tough. You know, the level 1 Gilliams are not ever fucking around with you. I mean, I know for sure we're not going to die to these guys, but it might take us a while to take them down. So I guess while we are just kind of going through the motions here with these asshats, coming back to what I said at the start of this episode, I am feeling a bit nervous about starting my new position very, very soon. Not because I feel like it's going to be a monumental challenge for me relative to what I'm doing right now, but just because it is going to be so different. I'm going to be at a new location, so I'm moving up into a much bigger facility, I guess you could say, that kind of operates as more of the headquarters. At least the headquarters of what it was that the smaller agency was doing. So obviously, as a small social work agency that's privately owned, like she's not, or the owner was not part of a giant network, but obviously you have a lot of collaborations, and so the promotion is, even though it's through the small agency, I'm no longer going to be on her payroll. I'll still be doing some things for her, which makes me sad, and that's part of, I guess that was part of my apprehension and all of the nerves that I was experiencing when I was considering, do I even want to pursue this? Do I want to go through the very strenuous interviewing process and the very competitive interviewing process? Because I love this small agency that I'm working for. I like that there's like fucking 5 of us total, and I like that we work very intimately with one another and talk even on the weekends and do things together. So even though I'll still be doing things for her, I'll be moving into kind of, I guess, a different entity or agency that still worked in collaboration with the smaller company that I was working for. So it's kind of weird. It's like a promotion and a job change, but not completely, because I'll still be interacting with the former agency. It's just I'm moving off her payroll, I suppose, and into a more, I guess, a more administrative and directing, I guess, coordinating type role, instead of, being that little lab rat, that statistics rat, and the only educator for that facility. So it's a good thing for sure. Like I noted an episode or 2 ago, I am beyond humbled that I was selected over the other candidates. And I told you guys that the interviewing process was cray-cray. It was nerve-wracking. Let's just leave it at that. So anyway, I am still feeling, though, that sensation of nervousness and a little bit of dread, just because I won't be at my tiny little hub anymore. I'm going to be moving into a big headquarters for a partnering agency, or partnering, I guess they shouldn't be called an agency, but a partnering entity or organization that worked with or contracted the agency I was previously working for. So it's very sad, and I'm incredibly sad about, I guess, leaving behind the people that I've grown to love so much, but it's nice that I'll still get to see them and talk to them and interact with them. So I'm trying not to let it get me too down. I mean, what else can you do, right? Anyway, if we run over here, we find another piece of the ra-seru ensemble, this time the fangs. I think you guys know who this is for. You won't have that much time to think about it if you didn't know, because here you go. We're seeing from best equipment, this is for Noah, and not a considerable increase to attack, but, there's plus 10 to what she presently had with the golden claw. So we're going to throw that on her. And then we're going to head back to this fork here and go right yet again. I mean, fairly straightforward, right? Okay, so moral of the story from that fight, don't text while playing that stupid card game with the Pueras, or else you will possibly lose party members. So poor Gala fucking died. So that was my bad. And I was kind of sweating at you guys, because I was like, oh shit, I was not paying attention, and then I was thinking, oh god, am I going to lose my whole party? That would be absolutely horrendous. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take this Crimson Book off Vaughn. I actually think I will give him... I might just give him back his Evil God icon, because you never ever know. And I'm going to throw... I think I'll throw the Crimson Book on Gala, just so he can catch back up. He's really lagging behind now. So that was my bad completely. Please make sure you pay attention to what the fuck you're doing, or, the Pueras will kill your entire team, and that would be absolutely horrendous. So anyway, we run back down here again. I mean, this part of Juggernaut is fairly straightforward, so it shouldn't be too hard for you to find these chests. But here is the final piece of that ra-seru armor and equipment that we've been looking for. And this time it is the blade. We know it is for Vaughn because everyone else is good to go. So I'm going to arrange here and slap that onto Vaughn. And we're seeing a much better increase here with him than we did with Noah's weapon upgrade. All right, let me arrange one more time because I'm a little neurotic. And honestly, this is it in terms of all the ra-seru equipment that we've been looking for. But I'll kind of show you. You do have a save that's coming up. So if you are planning on running back out like I am and you're worried about Pueras, the point of no return is obviously like right here. So if you want to save, now is the time to do it. In fact, I'd highly recommend it. Unless you are going to just be, I guess I can start alternating just in case. If you are planning on just using a door of light to get out of here, then you don't need to even run over here. But this is 100% that point of no return. If you are done with the game, like, just proceed from here. However, if you are like me and you want to tackle the remaining bonus stuff and secret stuff, now is that crossroads for us, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So this is a perfect point for us to go ahead and end this episode. As I already mentioned towards the beginning of this video, I am going to take the time to run all the way out, so our levels are going to be a little bit different. Maybe I will have been lucky and stolen a couple of waters or something from people. I'll let you guys know when we begin in our upcoming video and I do the recap. So when we come back together, we will be outside of Juggernaut. I will have taken care of all of like the gruelingness and grindingness of getting out of here, if those are words. I don't know. I'm going to pretend they're words. And we'll just kind of recap and go from there. So I hope you are excited. Sorry again that it took way too fucking long to get out. Or I shouldn't say get out of Juggernaut since we're not out yet, but you know what I mean. To get through Juggernaut and to finally be prepped to head outside. I was not anticipating it taking about 4 videos. I thought max it would be 3, but I was originally banking on it being like 2.5. But you know, the ra-seru in here and the encounter aid in here had a different goal in mind and a different plan for us. So that's okay. We'll just work with it. So I am very, very eager to showcase some extra bonus stuff for you. And we will kickstart our next episode by diving right into it. So thank you as always for watching, everyone. I'm your host, Rabbit, and this is my 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. I appreciate your patience, and I'll see you in episode 120, my friends.